Most people spend years trying to discover who they are, without noticing that much of what they call identity was never chosen. It was received, silently, gradually, before there was enough awareness to question it. A tone learned from home, a fear inherited through repetition, a role rewarded by family, a personality built to avoid rejection. And because it formed early, it feels personal. You call it me, my nature, my way, my truth. But many inner movements are not truth. They are memory still acting. Some people inherited silence. Some inherited anxiety. Some inherited emotional distance. Some inherited the need to please everyone. And what repeats long enough begins to feel like destiny. In physics, a system follows patterns until new energy enters it. In consciousness, a life follows conditioning until awareness interrupts it. That interruption can be quiet. A moment of honesty. A pause before reaction. A question never asked before. Why do I fear this? Why do I shrink here? Why do I become someone else to be accepted? The inherited identity depends on unconsciousness. It survives through automation. The moment you observe it clearly, space appears. And in that space, something deeper than personality begins to breathe. And once space appears, you begin to notice how much energy was spent protecting what was never real. The image of being strong, the image of being needed, the image of being agreeable, the image of never failing. Masks can function for years, sometimes for an entire lifetime. They help you survive certain environments. But survival is not the same as truth. What once protected you may now be imprisoning you. You say yes when the body says no. You smile while resentment grows underneath. You achieve things that do not nourish you. You remain admired and inwardly absent. This is why success can feel empty. The mask was rewarded, but the self was never met. In quantum terms, identity behaves like a field. It influences choices, relationships, attention, emotion, what you assume yourself to be, organizes experience around it. If you believe you are unworthy, you will read neutral moments as rejection. If you believe love must be earned, you will exhaust yourself performing for it. So transformation is not only changing habits, it is questioning the one performing them. Who acts when I speak? Who hides when I feel seen? Who am I trying to maintain? Sometimes healing begins there. Not by adding something new, but by removing what was never yours. And what remains after that removal is often quieter than expected. Not a dramatic new self, not a perfected personality, not constant confidence, something simpler, more honest, more alive. You stop forcing reactions. You stop performing emotions. You stop editing yourself for approval. And because there is less distortion, life becomes easier to feel. The sky looks different. Conversations feel cleaner. Choices become clearer. Silence stops feeling empty. This is not magic. It is what happens when energy returns from defense to presence. The false self consumes enormous power, maintaining image, managing perception, avoiding discomfort. When that burden softens, awareness expands naturally. You notice what nourishes you, what drains you, what is real, what only looks impressive. And maybe freedom was never becoming someone else. Maybe freedom is no longer pretending to be who you are not. So if something in you feels tired, it may not be life. It may be the costume. Let it loosen. Let it fall where it must. What is true does not need performance. Axis, soul.